Okay, 35. Let's see. Here's the distribution of adjusted gross income in thousands of dollars. Reported on income tax returns in '05. So less than 25,000, 43%. 25 to 49,000, 25%, and so forth. All right, I'm in this category. I like it. Yeah, whatever. What is the probability that a randomly chosen return shows an adjusted gross income of greater than 50,000? Probability that your income, we'll call it X, we'll call this X over here, is greater than or equal to 50. Okay, well, greater than or equal to 50 is all of those, right? Is 0.215 plus 0.1 plus 0.006, which is 0.215 plus 0.1 plus 0.006, 0.321, or 32.1%. Okay, that's A. And B, given the return shows an income of at least 50,000, what is the conditional probability that the income is at least 100,000? Ooh, probability that X is at least 100,000, given the probability is at least 50,000. Okay, so this is where I'm just going to use the formula. So that's going to be, I use formula, but really I'm just thinking about it. And if you can think about it this way, it's the best of both worlds. Given that it's greater than 50,000, that's 32%, okay? 0.321. Now, of the people there, I want to know what's the probability that is greater than 100,000, okay? Well, what percent of the people are better than 100,000 of this group of people? Does that make sense? So what's the probability that I'm greater than 100,000 and greater than 50,000 at the same time? Does that make sense? Okay, so greater than 100,000 and 50,000 is going to be 0.100, plus 0.006, 0.106 over 0.321, which is 0.106 divided by 0.321 is 0.330 over 33%. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, alrighty. If not, make sure you ask me in class about that one. Let's look at 36. Mike's Pizza. You look at Mike's Pizza Shop, you have to find information about 7 pizzas in the oven. 3 have thick. 1 of these has sausage, 2 has mushroom, 4 has regular, 2, oh my goodness, okay. Are the events getting thick and getting pizza independent? Okay, explain. I'm going to probably do it this way. What's the probability of getting it thick? And what's the probability of getting it thick given mushrooms? Now I could have also compared this. Probability of getting mushroom and the probability of getting mushroom given thick. To see if there's a difference between, what I'm doing is I'm comparing these probabilities with these probabilities. Or I'm comparing these two or these two to see if knowing it's thick affects having mushroom or knowing it's mushroom affects having thick, those probabilities. Okay, so let's calculate these. What do you say? Well, if I pick one at random, what's the probability that it has thick crust? Well, I know there's 7 total in the oven, so 3 have thick crust, so it's 3 out of 7, or 42.9%. Now, given it has mushroom, what's the probability it has thick crust? Okay, so let's see, I've got I'm reading this up here, 3 of 7 have thick, and of these, only 2 have mushroom. 4 has regular crust. 4 have regular crust, and of these, 2 have sausage, 2 have mushroom. So the regular crust, 2 have mushroom. And so no. So if I know it has mushroom, what's probably has thick crust, that's 0. You see what I'm just reading this over here, make sure I read it right. Okay, so we got 3 of the 7 have thick crust, and of these, 1 has sausage and 2 have mushroom, and the remaining 4 pizzas have regular crust, and of these 2 have sausage and 2 have mushroom. Oh, oopsie, I read it wrong. Okay. So we got 7 of the oven, 3 of 7 have thick, and of these 3, 1 has sausage and 2 have mushroom. So I've got 2 of the 3 have thick, and 2 of the 4 regular crust. Oh boy. Okay, I gotta go back and think about this. I need to write this down here. So let's go back and check this out. So let's start this over again. Now that I can read it better. If you're not thoroughly confused, once again, sorry about that. That's the one bad thing about videos, I guess I can't go back, right? Unless I start over. So I got 7 in the oven. So right down here. 3 are thick. 4 are regular. Of the thick crust, we have 1 sausage and 2 mushroom. Of the regular, we have 2 sausage and 2 mushrooms. This is what I should have done in the first place. Sorry about that. Okay, so given it's a mushroom pizza, what's probably has thick crust? Well, given it's a mushroom pizza, how many are mushroom? I've got 4 mushroom pizzas. Alright. And of those 4 mushroom pizzas, how many of them are thick crust? 3 of them. 2 of them, right? Of those 4, these 2 have thick crust, right? Which is 50%. I will get through this problem, I'm sorry. So there we go. These 2 are different numbers. Now, if I know it's a mushroom pizza, the probability that it's thick is 50%. If I know it's, if I just pick a pizza, probably its thick crust is 42.9. For practice, let's do this other way. What's the probability I just pick a pizza at random and it has mushrooms on it? Okay. Well, there's 7 pizzas total. 4 of them have mushrooms. That's 4 out of 7. Okay. Which is 57%. Okay. Now, given that it's a thick crust, so if I know it's a thick crust, which probably has mushroom, there's 2 of the thick crust have mushroom. So 2 and 3 of them are thick, which is 66%. So since those are different, mushroom and thickness are not independent. Therefore, yes, aren't independent of each other. Okay, so sometimes you guys think your way through it, and it's easy when you're reading to go too fast like I did. So initially, so you got to kind of go through it slowly and recheck yourself, which is a good thing, which is why I left it on here, so you can see that I need to think about it too sometimes. All right, B. You add an 8th pizza to the oven. The pizza has thick crust with only cheese. Now are the events getting a thick crust and getting a pizza with mushroom independent? Okay, so now we have an 8th pizza and it has only cheese. So now I have 4 thick, 1 sausage, 1 cheese, 2 mushroom, 4 regular, 2 sausage, 2 mushrooms. Okay, now is it going to make a difference? And I'm looking at this going, I got 2 mushroom, 4 thick, 2 mushroom, 4 regular. I don't know if that's going to make a difference. Probability of mushroom, probably to pick a mushroom pizza is 4 out of 8, or 50%. Probability that I pick a mushroom pizza given it's a thick crust. Okay. If it's a thick crust pizza, I know it's thick. I got 4 of those. Probably it's a mushroom is 2 out of 4, which is 50%. So now they are independent events. So now the question is, well, why weren't they independent before? What was the difference? Well, the difference was, of the regular pizzas, 2 of them were mushroom, and the thick crust, 2/3 of them were mushroom. So you had a higher percent of mushroom pizzas in thick crust. So they're related differently with the thick crust and mushroom than they are with the regular and mushroom. In other words, if I pick a thick crust, I got a higher chance of getting a mushroom pizza than if I don't pick a thick crust. That makes sense? All right, there you go.